All right, everybody, welcome back to an episode of From the Stands. We just had a great week of baseball, lots of great games, some headlines. We had some big milestones, big performances. So we're going to be covering all of that stuff. Starting with the headlines from this past week. Braves signed Charlie Morton to a one-year extension for 2022 with a club option for 2023. He will be making $20 million each year, so a great move for the Braves, keeping one of their big starters in Atlanta for at least one more year. Albert Pujols returns to St. Louis to a standing ovation. He taps Yachty on the shin pads walking up, gets a great round of applause, hugs from Yachty, and then he homers in his first at-bat, which is just awesome. So first time there in a Dodgers uniform, fans in the stands. Just a great all-around moment for him. Derek Jeter, Larry Walker, Ted Simmons, among many others, were inducted into the Hall of Fame on Wednesday in Cooperstown. They are now part of baseball immortality, so go check out their Hall of Fame speeches if you haven't done that yet. Larry Walker wore the SpongeBob pin modeled after his jacket, which is really cool. Rays signed GM Eric Neander to a multi-year extension. They promote him to president of baseball operations, so the big man behind the Rays front office there is now the president of baseball operations and is here to stay. So the Rays also probably here to stay for at least a couple more years after this season. Trevor Bauer will miss the remainder of the 2021 season after MLB and the MLB Players Association have agreed to extend his administrative leave. So you can obviously read up more about his situation and everything going on if you would like to. Chris Bryant returns to Wrigley Field as a member of the Giants. He gets a tribute video, an amazing ovation, a couple gifts. He gets the number 17 from the scoreboard, which is obviously the number he wore. Receives a 2016 World Series champion flag, which is pretty awesome. But the video is just amazing. His reaction, he's really moved by that video and the ovation he gets, and just everything the fans did for him and the Cubs did. I think they did an amazing job welcoming him back to Wrigley Field. Orioles manager Brandon Hyde and Robbie Ray were yelling at each other in the middle of an inning. Robbie Ray thought the Orioles were stealing his signs because a lot of batters were laying off his slider, and he was kind of yelling things towards the dugout, and Brandon Hyde was like, we're not doing anything, so he was yelling back at him. I think Hyde apologized after the game for what he said to him, because it was he used some choice words, but it's all just heat in the moment stuff. They're both competing, yeah, so nothing really gonna come out of that for right now. Just kind of a weird thing to see. Zach Wheeler collects his 1,000th career strikeout. He's the third Phillies pitcher to collect that this season, behind Aaron Nola, Kyle Gibson, now Zach Wheeler. So congratulations to him on that career milestone. Corbin Burns and Josh Hader combined to no-hit the Indians for the third/the fourth time this season. Cleveland was no-hit. This is the third official no-hitter that they've been a part of. The fourth one was a 7-inning combined no-hitter by the Rays, so you can count that one if you would like to. But huge performance by Burns and Hader. We will get to that in a little bit. Amazing ceremony in New York prior to the September 11th game between the Yankees and the Mets. FDNY and the NYPD were honored pregame and with the uniforms, with the hats. That was really cool. And then there's a amazing moment of silence where the Mets and Yankees players were both on the line, which is just an incredible moment. And then the managers of the Mets and the Yankees at the time of the attack, Bobby Valentine and Joe Torre, threw out the ceremonial first pitches. So we will get to that, and then also the game later on. Finally, Max Scherzer collects his 3,000th career strikeout, and just an incredible performance that we will get to in a little bit, but a huge milestone for him. I thought it was funny where he got the strikeout, he took off his hat, and he was like, all right, now just give me the ball. I just want to pitch now. So that was a classic Max Scherzer there. On to the plays of the week. The Astros come back against the Mariners. Alex Bregman ties it at 4 with a 2-run home run in the 9th inning to come back. So he ties the game there, and then Carlos Correa walks it off with a double to right field over the head of the right fielder, goes all the way to the wall, and the Astros come back to walk off that game against Seattle. Lamont Wade singled in a pair to give the Giants a 5-4 lead in the 9th inning. Lamont Wade has been coming up so clutch for the Giants in the late innings. He's got a crazy amount of go-ahead hits in the 8th and 9th inning. It's crazy. So he gives the Giants a lead there and a win in that game. Ryan McMahon hits a go-ahead 2-run home run in the 9th inning to make it 3-2 Rockies as they come back. Phillies bullpen in full swing there as Ryan McMahon hits the 2-run home run. Lourdes Gurriel collides here with pitcher Fernando Abad of the Orioles trying to score. So on this ball hit, they throw to third base, and ball gets away. So Gurriel is trying to score here, and then Abad almost just like arm checks him. He runs in his line, and then he just like arm checks him. So Gurriel, they obviously collide, but they called interference, so Gurriel was still able to score on that play. But it was just a really weird look by the pitcher because it looked like he just like intentionally ran in front of him and then just stuck out his arm to push him to the ground. But it's kind of a weird play in that game. The Blue Jays score 11 runs against the Orioles in just the 7th inning. After being hitless entering the inning. So they did not have any hits until they got to the 7th inning, and then they scored 11 runs before that inning was over. Obviously, they would go on to win that game there. And then the next game against the Orioles, the Blue Jays rally with 4 in the 7th inning. This is the second game of the doubleheaders. The other one was in the first game. Gurriel with an RBI single makes it a 10-8 2-run game. Jake Lamb would knock in another run with a sacrifice fly to make it a 1-run game. And then George Springer's had some huge home runs earlier this season. Hits a go-ahead 2-run home run to make it 11-10 in the final inning of that game. The Blue Jays come back. They would go on to win that game. Lorenzo Cain makes a great sliding catch in center field. This is in the midst of Corbin Burns' no-hitter. It's the 2 outs in the 8th inning, and he slides to make that catch to end the 8th inning, robbing the batter of a hit and keeping the Indians hitless through 8 innings. Blue Jays scored 22 runs against the Orioles in this game, including a 10-run 3rd inning. It was obviously you had the 10-run inning there. They had an 11-run inning a couple games before that, and then it was capped in the end by a 2-run single by Danny Jansen. So 22 runs against the Orioles. Blue Jays offense went off in this series. On to our games of the week. Starting us off, we have a great game between the Rays and the Red Sox in Boston. Top of the 4th inning, it is 7-1 Red Sox. But the bases are loaded. Nelson Cruz in this fly ball to center field. Verdugo loses it in the sun. It bounces around. That brings in 3 runs, and then they throw to third. And then there's the throwing error there, so that brings home Cruz. So an inside the park little league grand slam basically on this ball, lost in the sun, so it makes it a 7-5 game just like that. The lead has been cut down in the 6th inning. Jordan Luplow would single in another run, so that makes it 7-6 now. It's a 1-run game. The Red Sox have the lead, and they would add on the Red Sox Hunter Renfroe with the base hit, so that brings in another run, makes it 8-6. The lead is now 2 again. Randy Arozarena would get that run right back though with a base hit, makes it a 1-run game again. Red Sox will get that run back once again in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jonathan Arauz with the home run makes it 9-7, but then Cruz will get that run back, so we're just going back and forth. He would homer in the 8th inning, makes it 9-8 Red Sox. And then in the top of the 9th inning, Austin Meadows on this ball hit to center field. Verdugo can't quite make the catch. That's going to bounce around, and Meadows is going to come all the way around to tie the game. An inside the park home run to tie the game at 9 in the top of the 9th inning. The Rays have stunned the Red Sox to come back and tie this game, and in the 10th they would take the lead. Nelson Cruz, the base hit, brings in Arozarena, and then he would get to second base on this play, so that makes it a 10-9 Rays lead. Brandon Lau would bring him in, makes it 11-9. The Rays have a 2-run lead in the 10th. Jose Iglesias brings in a run, gets in the free runner, makes it 11-10, but Colin McHugh would close out on a ground out here, and the Rays hang on to win this crazy back and forth game 11-10 in 10 innings. All right, next up we have a game between the Nationals and the Braves in Atlanta. Top of the 6th inning, it is 3-2 Braves, but Carter Kieboom will tie it up with the base hit. Brings in Soto, so that makes it 3-3 in the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, though, the Braves would take the lead again. Jorge Soler with the home run makes it 4-3. The solo shot in the top of the 7th. Lane Thomas would tie it up, though, with the base hit. Brings in Garcia, so that makes it 4-4. We're all tied again. And then Luis Garcia comes up in the 8th inning, and he would hit a solo home run to center field. Makes it a 5-4 Nationals lead. But the Braves not done in the bottom of the 8th. Freddie Freeman launches a solo home run to tie the game at 5, and then Adam Duvall comes up and breaks the tie, gives the Braves the lead in a solo shot, makes it 6-5 Atlanta. In the top of the 9th, though, the Nationals would tie it up on this ground ball to short. On the throwing error here, Bell makes it to first base, brings in the tying run, makes it 6-6. The Nationals have come back to tie it, but Jock Peterson in the bottom of the 10th would walk it off with a base hit to left here, brings in Ozzie Albies, and the Braves walk off to win this one 7-6 in 10 innings over the Nationals. All right, next up we have the game on September 11th between the Mets and the Yankees, obviously at Citi Field. We're going to jump to, they had this incredible moment of silence before the game, which was just awesome, great tribute. But we're going to jump to get into the actual game here. We're going to jump to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Yankees have opened up a 5-3 lead over the Mets. Javi Baez with the home run gets them a run closer, makes it 5-4. And then James McCann in the bottom of the 6th inning with the runner on, Chad Green on the mound. It's a 2-run home run. The go-ahead shots, the Mets take a 6-5 lead. They would add on another in the 7th inning on a base hit by Kevin Pillar, brings in Baez, makes it 7-5 Mets. In the top of the 8th, though, Trevor May on Aaron Judge at the plate with the runner on. He hits the game-tying 2-run home run to left field here. Brings in Gardner, and the Yankees have tied it at 7 in the 8th inning, and then they would take the lead on this ground ball to short. They can't quite turn the double play here on this error by Baez. Brings in the go-ahead run, and that makes it 8-7, and then Chapman on in the 9th inning would close it out, gets McCann to fly out here to Aaron Judge. So the Yankees hang on to win this one. They come back to win it 8-7 over the Mets in this one. All right, next up we have a wild game between the Rays and the Tigers in Detroit. Bottom of the 4th inning, it is tied up at 1. Jeimer Candelario will break that tie, though, with a solo home run, makes it 2-1 Tigers. And then we're going to jump to the 8th inning. It is still 2-1, but Brett Phillips with the home run, the go-ahead 2-run shot, makes it 3-2 Rays now. They take the 3-2 lead in the 8th inning, and then Yandy Diaz would bring in 2 more here on this ball hit to third. It's deflected by Candelario, so that brings in 2 more runs, makes it 5-2 Rays. But the Tigers not done yet with the bases loaded. Miguel Cabrera with the 2-run single brings in a pair. It gets the Tigers within a run in the 8th inning, and they would tie it on this ball hit to right field. Phillips makes the catch, but that brings in the game-tying run, makes it 5-5, and we are headed to extra innings. Yandy Diaz with the go-ahead double in the 10th brings in the go-ahead run, makes it 6-5, and then Kevin Kiermaier would ground out, so that would bring in another run, makes it 7-5 Rays. But in the bottom of the 10th, Kittredge on for the save. He's facing Candelario, hits his 2nd home run of the game, a game-tying 2-run home run to right field here, brings in Scope, and it's now 7-7 again. And then in the bottom of the 11th, the bases are loaded. Robbie Grossman draws the game-winning walk, and the Tigers walk it off literally, and they win this one by a final of 8-7 over the Rays. And finally, we have last night's game between the Mets and the Yankees, an absolute classic. We're going to jump to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It is 2-1 Yankees, 2 on. Francisco Lindor with the go-ahead 3-run home run, makes it 4-2 Mets. They come back to take the lead there. In the bottom of the 5th, they would add on James McCann with the sacrifice fly, brings in a run, makes it 5-2. In the top of the 6th, though, with a runner on, Gleyber Torres with a 2-run home run, makes it a 1-run game. Just like that, it is now 5-4. We're going to jump to the 6th inning, though. Francisco Lindor gets that run right back with his 2nd home run of the game, and this fly ball to center field gets that one, makes it 6-4 now. Mets lead is again up to 2, but Giancarlo Stanton ties the game here on this home run. 2-run shots, brings in LeMahieu, and he ties the game. And when on Lindor's 2nd home run, he was going around making like a whistling motion towards the Yankees dugout, because the night before he thought the Yankees were whistling, trying to get Taijuan Walker, like relaying signs of Taijuan Walker's pitches. So he was kind of poking fun at that a little bit. And then Stanton had some words for him as he rounded second base. And the benches would clear momentarily. Everything would kind of relax after that, though, so a bit of drama there. And then Lindor comes up in the 8th inning, and he hits his 3rd home run in the game to right field here off of Chad Green, who he took deep in the 2017 postseason. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was a grand slam. He gets a go-ahead home run here, makes it 7-6 Mets. And then Edwin Diaz, with Stanton at the plate, would retire him. He gets Stanton to fly out to Lindor, which is kind of funny there. So Lindor hits 3 home runs, plays a huge part in this game, and the Mets take this one to hang on to win it by a final of 7-6 over the Yankees. All right, next up, our performances of the week. Starting us off, Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins. 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, just 1 run allowed, and 14 strikeouts. It was a 1-1 game after 9. He goes all 9. The Marlins would walk it off later in the 10th inning. Next up, we have Hunter Renfroe, who hits a go-ahead 2-run home run in the 8th inning of this game to give the Red Sox a 2-1 lead over the Rays. And then the final play of the game here on this ball hit, he gets the ball, throws out Wendell at third base, trying to stretch his hit into a triple, and that ends the game. So he throws out Wendell at third to end the game on what would have been a 2-out triple in the 9th inning of a 2-1 win. So a huge game for Hunter Renfroe on both sides of the ball. Next up, we have Corbin Burnes, who goes 8 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, just 1 walk, and 14 strikeouts against Cleveland. Of course, Josh Hader would come in and seal the no-hitter in the 9th inning, but a huge start for Burnes. And then finally, we're going to have Max Scherzer, who goes 8 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 9 strikeouts. In this game, he had an immaculate inning. He collected his 3,000th career strikeout, and he had a perfect game through 7 1/3 innings pitched. So just classic Max Scherzer, gets through all 8 against the Padres in this one. Just 1 hit allowed, no runs, 9 strikeouts for him. Onto the standings watch. The Rays lead the AL East by 9 games. The White Sox lead the Central by 12 games. The Astros lead the West by 6.5. So the division's pretty much locked up so far. The Blue Jays and the Red Sox now hold the wild card spots. The Yankees are 1 game out. Blue Jays have been red hot. Oakland and Seattle are 3 games out there, tied in that spot. In the National League, the Braves lead the NL East by 4.5 games over the Phillies. They lead it by 5 over the Mets. The Brewers lead the Central by 14 games, and their magic number to clinch the division is down to 5. The Giants lead the West by 2.5 games over LA. And then the Dodgers and then the Reds and the Padres hold the wild card spots. So it's the Dodgers in the top spot, the Reds and the Padres tied for that 2nd spot. The Cardinals are just 1 game out, though. The Phillies are 2.5 games out, and the Mets are 3 games out of the wild card race. Players of the week in the American League. Pitching side was a little light, but I'm going to go with Nate Eovaldi of the Red Sox. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs allowed, 8 strikeouts for him. And then Joe Ryan of the Twins. 7 innings pitched, just 1 hit, 0 runs, and 4 strikeouts. He had a perfect game through, I want to say, into the 7th inning in this one. So a huge start for those guys. Nelson Cruz on the offensive side hit .455 with 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and a 1.455 OPS. And then Lourdes Gurriel of the Blue Jays had a huge week. He hit .391, a double, triple, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in, and 7 walks with a 1.429 OPS for him. In the National League on the pitching side, Eric Lauer of the Brewers, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, 13 strikeouts, 0.73 ERA. And then I'm going to go with Max Scherzer and Corbin Burnes for their amazing starts. Cover that earlier. Burnes with the no-hitter through 8 innings pitched, Scherzer with the 7 perfect innings. So just huge starts from those guys. And then on the offensive side, I'm going to go with Bryce Harper, who hit .444 with 4 home runs, 7 walks, and a 1.711 OPS. And then Juan Soto, .571 on the week. A double, a triple, home run, 7 walks, and a 1.547 OPS. On to the rookie watch. Seth Beer of the Arizona Diamondbacks homers in his first career at bat. So he's a pretty highly rated prospect for them. Goes deep in his first career at bat. Seth Beer. Remember that name. Fun name. Next we got Jonathan India, who does 20th home run of the year on the year. He's hitting .273 with 20 home runs, 64 runs batted in, and an .847 OPS. So he's one of the top National League rookies there. Wander Franco is on the IL right now, but he reached his 39th straight game before leaving that game, which is an American League record. He passed Mickey Mantle a couple of games ago for that, and he'll be chasing the all-time record when he comes back from the injured list with his injury. What to watch for? There's not a bunch of huge series. You got the Rays and the Blue Jays playing 3 in Toronto starting today, so that's going to be a big series. The best team in the American League playing against the hottest team in the American League, so that's going to be real fun. And then the Mets and the Phillies play 3 in New York starting on Friday. The Phillies swept the last time these two teams played, and then both these teams really need to win every game they can get, so that's going to be a fun series fighting for the East and the wild card. On to the highlight reel. The Nationals come back with 2 in the 9th inning against the Mets. Andrew Stevenson ties it with a base hit, and then Carter Kieboom walks it off with this ball hit up the middle to win it 4-3. The Nationals walking off the Mets in this one. Jose Marmolejos singles in a pair to break the tie in the 9th inning, makes it 6-4 Mariners. So a huge hit in this one to give them the lead in this game. Brian De La Cruz walks off the Mets with his hit off the wall in center field. This was in the 10th inning, backing Sandy Alcantara's 9 innings pitched, just 1 run allowed. So making sure that the Marlins come out on top with this one. Jason Hayward launches a walk-off 3-run home run in the 10th inning to give the Cubs a 4-1 win. So a big hit for him, one of the big veterans still left on that team. Luis Urias makes a clutch diving catch here to end the game here on this ball hit to shortstop on a line, lays out to end the game in this one. Big play there. Brian Hayes walks off the Nationals with a base hit to right field. He wins it 4-3 in the 9th inning. So fun walk off there. Andrew Benintendi hits a go-ahead 2-run home run in the 11th to give the Royals a 6-4 lead over the Twins. So a big hit in the extra inning hit for Andrew Benintendi. Jose Barrero doubles in the go-ahead run for the Reds in the 9th inning, gives them a 3-2 lead over the Cardinals. This was a desperate series for the Reds. They really needed to win games, and this one gave them a 3-2 lead in their win in this game. Travis Shaw knocks in the go-ahead run in the 10th inning against the White Sox with a base hit to right field, gives them a 9-8 lead in extras, and the Red Sox will go on to win this game, the only one they would win in the series. And the next day, Leury Garcia hits a walk-off home run for the White Sox to beat the Red Sox in the 9th inning after the Red Sox tied it in the 9th. So a walk-off shot. Make sure everybody on the south side goes home happy. That is going to do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to keep up with the baseball. We only got a couple weeks left before the postseason. Races are getting tighter. We got a lot of fun series coming up. Lots of fun teams to watch. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week to talk about all of it.